Hello, I'm back out in the woods and I'm so excited. I am at the south terminus, which is called the Western Trailhead. This is a little confusing, of the Ozark Trail in Missouri. And I left my car up at Owl's Bend, which is 85 miles north of here. And Kathy and Terry gave me a shuttle back to the trailhead. Wasn't able to get here at a really good time today, but I got here as soon as I could, and so it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm just going to camp right here at the trailhead tonight and start off early in the morning, and looking forward to this amazing trail. I do have a new piece of equipment with me this time. I've always used a Neo Air Thermarest, and that's what I've used on the PCT and the AT. But I've switched it out for a Nemo insulated. I'm going to see how it goes on this trip. I actually had a friend who had this pad, a friend of mine in Alaska, and we were on a trip together, and she said, come lay down on this pad, see what it's like. And I fell in love with it, but I would not get it because it was like 4 or 5 ounces heavier than the pad that I had. So I wasn't willing to give up the ounces. So I'm going to take it on this shorter hike to see how I like it. When I weighed my pack before I left, I had 4 days of food and 1.5 liters of water in it, and it was just under 20 pounds. So I think I could spare the 3 ounces for this luxury pad. Looking forward to sleeping on it tonight and hitting the trail in the morning. Well, last night where I camped was about maybe 100 feet and on the trail. So I came back out here this morning at the official trailhead to start, and here I go. I stopped at noon to have some lunch. There's a nice road here, so I stopped here where there was an opening and not so brushy. And I looked down and there were like all those little ticks on me again. And I've treated with Promethean. I put on some bug dope after I saw some, and then I just spent literally 20 minutes getting ticks off of me. But that's okay, because if I had a choice of being at home or out here picking ticks off me, I'd rather be out here getting ticks off of me. It's so beautiful. It's a gorgeous day, and I'm about 11.5 miles in, so I'm trying to get in 22 miles today. We'll see what happens. Also, I brushed up against something, and it just, I don't know what it is. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel like anything. I just looked down and saw it, so I guess it'll go away just like it got there somehow. Give it time. Well, as much as I hated to, I put the bottom half of the legs back on my hiking pants. I wasn't going to bring my hiking pants because I always just hike in shorts. But at the last minute, I threw them in the car because I was a little nervous about ticks. When I got to the trailhead, I asked Kathy, should I take my pants, zip off? I'll be fine. She goes, no, you should take the pants. And since she's from around this area, I took her advice. But I hadn't treated them. But She treated them for me, and they dried off while we rode to the other trailhead. So thank you, Kathy. And I'm wearing long pants. I am so glad I put my pants on. Look at all these little ticks. Look at that. That would be on my legs if I didn't have my pants on. Oh, good move. I see 6 of them. There were 9 of them. They finally saw me. They're gone. Today ended up being a 23-mile day plus an extra almost mile because I took the wrong trail. It was marked Ozark Trail, and luckily it was a loop and brought me back to where that dumpster was. That's what happens when you get in civilization. I can find my way around in the woods. You get a little civilization and I got lost. Oh, it was a little bushwhacking too. It wasn't that fun. But I wanted to camp where that corn was that was baiting deer. I guess they call that a bait station. I don't know. I'm not a huntress. So, and that was only like a quarter mile from all those hogs. So I thought it would be best if I just kept walking a little further. And it took a while to find a nice flat spot, but I found one. And I am going to sleep good tonight on this new sleeping pad. Happy trails. Good morning. Nothing like 10 hours of sleep to make you feel rested and ready to go for the day. Gonna try to do about 21 miles today and slept down here by the 11-Point River. It was really pretty and it was quiet. I didn't hear any hogs. It's 6 p.m. and it's been an interesting day. Water has been a bit of an issue today. So every time I came across some water, I would stop and drink as much as I could and then carry out as much as I could. And I knew I was going to have a dry camp tonight. And it was warmer today than yesterday. So I just stopped where there was some water and had dinner. So I don't have to worry about having enough water for tomorrow to get to the next water source, because it is quite a ways. So I still got 4 miles. It's kind of been a slower day, but I'll see if I go 4 miles or if I stop short. Who knows? I got a belly full of food, so I might get my second wind. I cannot even begin to tell you how excruciatingly hot it is tonight. Oh my gosh, I don't think this sweat will ever dry. I'm sopping wet. Well, I made it. I made really good time, and I ended up reaching that 4 miles like in an hour and 25 minutes. But there was no good place there to camp, so I had to keep moving on a little bit further. So I ended up doing 22 miles today, and one of the problems I'm finding, this trail is not on gut hooks or far out, and so there's no water updates, there's no place to tell you where there's nice flat spots to camp, so I'm just having to wing it as I go along. I've got 1.5 liters of water, so I'm good to go, and I think I'll make it to the next water spot with no problem. I'm going to tuck in for tonight. Happy trails.